trade A.J. Brown. Everybody says Devontae Smith's number one. I believe he is, but are we sure? Because now he's going to be the guy, not the other guy. It does change. I remember people thought, people thought Jeremy Maclin was the guy at one point when Deshaun Jackson and Jeremy Maclin had a big year in a very pass-heavy offense. But
what I can tell you is the Eagles believe he's a legit wide receiver one, Devontae Smith. Yeah. So that won't make them pause.
No, and I think he'll rise up to the challenge and be really good for them. I don't think that's going to be the issue.
We'll see what it ends up doing there. No doubt. Jeff, what do you make of tight ends, man? They interviewed 6 of them. They didn't interview Kenyon Siddique or, whatever you make of the interviews, whether they're important or not that important. A lot of tight ends that have stood out at the combine. Jeff, what's the one guy's name I'm blanking on right now?
Eli Stowers?
Yeah, Eli Stowers.
Yeah, he is Eli Stowers. Yeah.
Very good one.
That's the funniest thing to me. I mentioned that before. By the way, Eli Stowers, 45.5 vertical leap. 45.5
That's
vertical
insane.
leap.
How about he running a 4.39, by the way? I looked at that too.
Crazy, man.
Yeah. Best broad jump. It was somebody named Ted Hertz from Georgia State, 11 foot 3 inches. Eli Stowers also 11 foot 3 inches, just slightly below Ted Hurst. It was hilarious to me. I wrote about this on SI.com if people want to see it, because everybody went nuts with Kenyon Siddique. And I'm pointing out, look, these guys have the answer key to the test, Jeff. They get their agents, they go to Exos or some other performance facility. All they do is train for the combine. That's all they do.
I know players that were in this combine that done that did exactly what you just said.
If they have a good agent, that's what they do. Yeah. And obviously the big time prospects have big time agents. So, all the stuff came out with Siddique. He runs faster than Saquon. He jumps higher than Julio Jones at 240 pounds. He's got a shuttle time better than Andre Johnson, who just went to the Hall of Fame. He's yada, yada, yada. And then, but he's number 2 in relative athletic score at the position of Eli Stowers. So the point is, all these guys are great athletes. Can they play? And by the way, do you want Kenyon Siddique at 23, or do you want Eli Stowers at, what is their second round pick? 53, somewhere there, around there.
Yeah. I saw the Houston tight end was one of the guys they talked to too. Pozile.
Oh yeah. Well, they talked to a lot of tight ends because they have to rebuild that room, especially if they don't bring Dallas Goedert back. So they talked to a ton of tight ends, and there's a lot of good tight ends in this draft. Yeah. And they also want blocking tight ends. So, they need somebody to set
Grant's
the
a
edge.
free agent too, right?
Yeah, Grant's a free agent. Kylan's a free agent. All 3 are free agents.
Yeah.
You think any of them come back? Could Grant Calcaterra come back because of how cheap he might be?
Depends on if you get a blocking tight end. I mean, you have to piecemeal it because they need somebody to set the edge in this run scheme they want to run. So that's why when I was looking at Charlie Kohler as a free agent for Baltimore, like
Charlie Kohler would be a nice addition for them.
Yeah, dude's like a athletic offensive tackle. I mean, he's not a pass catcher. He just but he can set the edge.
He was like a 6th lineman for the Ravens for the last couple years, and then you could free up Andrews and Likely.
It depends where you have it. If Dallas comes back, you need to find a blocking tight end, and then you could sign Grant or Kylan Granson to be your 3rd tight end. Sure. I mean, one of them can come back. They're both going to get the veteran minimum or close to it. But I mean, they need somebody who can block at that position. And Howie admitted that. And he admitted he has to evolve because he's always been enamored with receiving tight ends.
I thought that was part of the problem last year. They just didn't have that blocking tight end.
No, they were terrible in run blocking from the tight end position. And they played so much 12 and 13, comparatively speaking. And they had nobody who could block. That Dallas is typically in his career had been good, but he fell off in that aspect.
He's also in his 30s too, so it's understandable.
So
the numbers get you paid now.
They need it, but yeah, the tight ends. So Siddique ran a 4.39, which is the best ever for a tight end ever. He had the best 10-yard split, Siddique, so that shows quickness. Best vertical leap, which shows explosion, was Stowers. Broad jump, explosion, Stowers. 3 cones, Sam Rouse from Stanford, another guy they'd be interested in as more of a blocking type. The athleticism is crazy. And that's why I don't get too caught up in it. Because you're going to get good athletes. Can they play, Jeff Kerr?
That's what we're going to figure out. I mean, I'm pretty sure Siddique can play. I'm pretty sure Stowers can play. The kid from Oklahoma, what's his name? I can never pronounce his name. Kanak?
The tight end?
Yeah, Jaron Kanak. I think that's how they say it.
I got to look up.
I got to look up pronunciations for a lot of these guys.
Max Clare didn't jump out. John Michael Gillenborg did some nice things. He's from
the Wyoming kid.
Yeah, Wyoming.
Martin Klein wouldn't be a bad fit here.
Yeah, but you can go all the way down to Jack Indries from Texas. He's okay. You should be able to find some tight ends in this draft. Justin Jolie or Jolly, however you pronounce it, from NC State. Oscar Delp, but they found he had an injury. A lot of talk about him coming out of the combine, but it was funny because I was telling that story last week. He went up and said people think he's a blocking tight end, and every scouting report I read said he's a receiving tight end. So I don't know what Oscar thinks of himself. Kid from Notre Dame's pretty good too. Eli Raritan. All Notre Dame tight ends.
Most Notre Dame players these days under Marcus Freeman, they're probably going to be good NFL players.
Yeah, they have so many good tight ends. Cole Kmet went to Notre Dame. Michael Maier, obviously.
Michael Mayer's a free agent, isn't he?
No.
Would they sign him?
No, he's still on his rookie deal. I think he's got 1 year left.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he'll be a free agent next year.
But you keep hearing potential trade talk for Michael Maier. That'd be a great fit. He can do both. He can block and catch. He'd be a great fit for the Eagles. So I get that. But people assume Las Vegas will trade him because they have Brock Bowers. You need more than one tight end. Why trade him? I don't know. But maybe there's more potential for that now that it's coming into his last year.